I'm Marquise.
Jasmine.
Selena.
Happy Black History Month.
For me, Black History Month represents joy. It's a celebration of our culture and our history as Black people.
It lets people know that we are not just Black.
It's a focal point for us to kind of take some time to really dig deep and celebrate the accomplishments and achievements of brown people who have helped advance not just American society, not just science, but have helped advance the world.
We have something to say. We are a part of history, and we have a place in this society.
As an African American woman, a lot of things that you learn is about slavery and Jim Crow.
Why can't we take it back to how great we were?
It's hard to really see yourself being represented, but I feel around Black History Month, that's a time to see the successes of your people.
When we can really kind of take time and dedicate individual days to different people who have helped move our culture forward, I think that's really helpful, just getting people educated.
And that's why I think it's cool that movies like Hidden Figures are spotlighting people like Katherine Johnson, who is pretty integral to space exploration and history.
First of all, she's a mathematician, and she graduated from college when she was 18 years old, in a field that most women weren't even in.
Nothing was going into space without them calculating trajectories.
And also, she was a single mom like me too as well. She worked, she raised her kids, and she still accomplished a lot,
So one of my science heroes, Joan E Higginbotham. So she's another female astronaut from Chicago.
Just by visiting the Adler Planetarium, that was her catalyst. She ultimately ended up being a rocket engineer.
Again, they inspire me mainly because, like, you don't have to have a basic job. You can, apply for NASA or, go to school for engineering and, dream about, like, hey, I want to actually go up into space one day.
Having the opportunity to see an African-American woman given the spotlight of doing something that we don't often see them doing, that is really incredible, just to let you know that anything can happen, whether you dream it or not.
As it pertains to space science and astronomy, I actually have two heroes. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So the first one is Benjamin Banneker. In the 1700s, he was an African American. He was the son of freed slaves. He was free himself.
Obviously was a scientist and an inventor, most notably for having published almanacs.
Was very well renowned just for his knowledge and very keen observation of the stars. Everything around him at the time said that he was not supposed to be what he was.
He and Thomas Jefferson, who at the time was the Secretary of State, exchanged letters, which I thought was a pretty big deal.
He was very blunt about his views on slavery and just the state of his people in general.
Showed a lot of bravery and a lot of poise.
And then, of course, Mae Jemison, right?
She is the first African-American woman to ever go to space.
My first encounter with the space program was in 5th grade. And the first person we ever studied was astronaut Mae Jemison.
She not only was an astronaut, but ended up doing a bunch of other crazy cool stuff.
I just love that she was so multifaceted. I mean, was a general practitioner, she's worked in biology, chemistry.
She was the first astronaut to ever go on to Star Trek.
She's right here from Chicago. Like so many things, she's just like Black excellence, right? That's what Mae Jemison is to me.
And the person that caught my attention was Annie Easley, one of the first African-American women to be a computer scientist with NASA. Here at the bottom it says, Annie Easley understood that being flexible, believing in yourself, and working hard can lead to amazing opportunities.
One of the first African-American astronauts was actually born and raised here in Chicago. Major Robert H. Lawrence. He's recognized as being the first African-American astronaut, but sadly lost his life during a test. And he was one of my biggest inspirations because he showed me that we can do this. We can contribute to the exploration of our universe and of our galaxy.
Black History Month is a call to action. For myself, that includes continuing to learn about Black history and remembering that contributions of Black individuals is often left out of the mainstream narrative.
I think Black History Month is one month where we acknowledge people who have made
a lot of contributions to society.
It is a revitalization and the recoloring of a people made monotone and mute for so long.
We are great because of the black people and the contributions that they have made to this nation.
I am somebody.
It allows me to kind of make it easier for my son and other family members and friends to know that there's no such thing as a ceiling.
Maybe one day I can do something out of the box that will put me in history.
I think it's Black History Life.
I am proud to be Black.